It's the final match on stage 2 for Saturday afternoon, and it's got something to follow after that Williams-Chisnell Classic. It didn't go the distance, but maybe it should have. And now Jamie Hughes takes on local favourite Ryan Searle, who's going to have some support out there. And he's going to be feeling good as well, considering how he played yesterday against Mervyn King. So maybe, for a few reasons, you'd have Searle as the favourite. But you can never count out Yozza, who yesterday wasn't bad himself. Chris Murphy is with me for this one.
Yeah,
and this is a really intriguing one for me. I just think that if Searle gets a good start, that Yozza might not have enough in his arsenal.
Could be too hot to handle. I think that's something we've seen before from Searle. Hughes did have too much for Stephen Bunting, who he put out yesterday. And the winner of this match would take on Dirk van Dijvenbode in the last 16 this evening. DVD,
thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, it's Ryan to throw first.
Dejected Daryl Gurney earlier on, 6-1.
Yeah, it's a section of the draw where it could have potentially been Daryl Gurney against Jamie Hughes,
77.
which would have been a battle of two stablemates.
Yeah, same section, Rob Cross, Martin Schindler. We might as well, at this point of the day, run you through the draw bracket for this evening. So, Callan Ridds will face Keane Barry, with the winner playing Ryan Joyce or Johnny Clayton in tomorrow's quarterfinals. I've just mentioned this section, which involves this pair, Dirk van Dijvenbode and Rob Cross and Martin Schindler. Luke Humphries faces Christoph Ratajski and will meet the winner of Scott Williams or Cullen or Hybrex in the quarters tomorrow. And Matt Campbell 57. Will face either Danny Noppert or James Wade tonight, while Dimitri Vandenberg will meet Michael Van Gerwen or Cameron Menzies.
Do you think many people are talking about Searle for this title?
No, I don't think hardly anybody is talking about Ryan Searle, which is interesting considering that he reached a final just last year.
Exactly. And I think if we were having this conversation in March, we'd have looked at Ryan Searle very differently, but because things have not particularly gone his way over the last few months. Hello?
108.
Ooh, good try. But maybe coming back here at this time of year will just rekindle some body chemistry and some good memories that'll think, yeah, I think I can go one better, because he was only 60. One leg away.
But good memories, but is there also a man with a point to prove?
Maybe.
Wants to put things right. Can he put this right? He's got all the time in the world, to be fair. Jamie Hughes has not started quickly in this game, and if he doesn't pick it up in the next leg, or even in this one, then Paul Nicholson's prophecy may well come to pass.
45. Ryan, you require
well, Yozza keeps looking at his hand, and that is something that we've seen from some players on this stage today. But that's the first leg to Searle, and the longer Yozza struggles to score, the more Searle can just pick him apart.
Yeah, when he does start scoring, he tends to carry on scoring, doesn't he, Jamie Hughes? And we did see that in the meeting with Bunting
100.
Yesterday.
I've said it on a few occasions, but the boy from the Black Country, as it says on the back of his shirt, technically
100.
Elite. If you're looking for somebody to copy throw-wise, if you're watching this whilst having a practice and you think there's somebody I'd like to mimic, make it Yozza. What a throw
100.
He's got. He does everything right. As a darts coach myself, I look at him and I think, right, what can we work on? Oh, that's right. Nothing.
100.
Stance. Perfect. Body. Perfect. Set position. Perfect. Extension of the arm. The best in the world.
121.
That's how good he is.
Whereas Ryan Searle would be a little bit of an opposite to that. He plays basically from field, doesn't he? And can't even see what he's hit.
140.
That's why the referee's up there to tell him what he's got. But he's genuinely one of my favourite people on tour, Ryan Searle. When you bump into him, he's always warm.
100.
Always gives you a nice greeting, lovely smile. He's a lovely man to spend time with. Very softly spoken, but he's a demon of a dart player.
Yeah, no, him and Gary Anderson are threatening to practice together again in preparation for the World Championship. That'd be some practice session, wouldn't it, to be involved in?
Watch out. Oh, no, Jamie.
25 then. Oh, no, Jamie. Well, it was a better leg from Hughes, but it's left Searle with 3 of those heavy missiles in hand and double top required. And usually, in that equation, there's only one outcome.
Oh, he is the best double top shooter. Well, one of the best in the world. Can we think of anybody better at the minute? I can't. And if he keeps hitting double top and getting chances like that, Searle will be considerably richer than Hughes. I've been spending way too much time with you.
That was I'm very impressed, Paul.
That's probably the best pun I've ever pulled. Mark Webster would like that one. He's a big fan of the old Harry Enfield jokes. But the bad sign for Yozza is that Searle makes his money in hitting maximums and leaving tops. So far in this game, his proximity to that 60 bet has been excellent. And his doubling hasn't been bad either. And his performance against Merv yesterday went under the radar a bit. 99.42 in beating King by 6 legs to 4. It was an excellent performance.
I think we swapped roles here, because while you were doing puns, I was doing some on-the-fly extensive research. And I can tell you there are 3 players currently better rating double top than Ryan Searle, percentage-wise.
Okay.
So Searle is number 4 on the list. Number 3 is Gerwyn Price.
That I can buy.
Number 2 is a man we've very recently seen in Matt Campbell.
I can believe that, considering what he was like on tops yesterday.
And for me, number 1 is a bit of a surprise name, the Welshman Louis Williams.
44.
I didn't expect you to say that.
Ryan, you require 120.
Well, Searle might shift and shuffle the pack a little bit here, because another hit here would improve his percentage ever so slightly.
Game shot on the 3rd leg. Ryan
Right on cue.
4th leg. It's Jamie to throw first.
Well,
This is good.
Well, you called it, to be fair, Paul, that if Ryan Searle races away and Jamie Hughes doesn't feel the heat
58.
from the start of this match, and he could be in danger of disappearing very, very quickly indeed.
Maybe think about this performance from Searle so far,
100.
withstanding how he's played the last 6 months, with all due respect, of course. The kind of performance that I expect from him is around about a 98 average and hitting about 40% of his doubles. Oh,
60.
he's averaging 98 and about 40% of his doubles.
And I assume you don't expect to see from Hughes what we saw from Dave Chisnell when Williams was
78.
walloping him early in the match.
Well, he can do that, but based on what we've seen so far from Yozza, it's less likely.
Talking of wallopings, Wade has been whacked. 6-1 by Danny Noppert.
What did Danny average this time?
97.67 against the machine.
Well, if Danny's going to write a story about 2022, it could be
121.
Danny likes Minehead. This is better. Much better.
180.
Clean as you like.
But is it enough? Because a couple of trebles here from Ryan Searle would put him very much in control once again, and Hughes would have to take out the 103.
Jamie require 103.
84 left. Double 12. To his credit, he gave that every chance.
Ryan, you require
But if Searle
68.
takes this, someone's got their hand on the curtains.
Game shot
Beautifully
on the
executed.
Ryan Searle.
Hughes can't quite pull himself together.
It's Ryan to throw first.
Ryan Searle
Game on.
continues to pull away. There's an average disparity of about 22 points at the moment, Paul.
140.
Yeah, and even James Wade suffers in that department. You can't beat anybody when your average is 22 less. Maybe 10
140.
on the odd occasion. 12 or 13 points. You can still win with that disparity.
In a very short format, yes.
Yeah.
140.
But I can't remember the last time I saw Ryan this comfortable. And even now he's shaking his head with a 140. Something's clicked.
Yeah, really looking in good shape, Ryan Searle. Maybe one to keep an eye on over the course of the weekend. And all that Hughes can do, despite picking up his performance massively in this leg, is match Ryan Searle. And that's not good enough when you're the player throwing second.
Correct. He's just given Searle a massive head start. All of a sudden, he's scoring properly the last couple of legs.
Well, you can't describe a maximum as too little, but it could prove to be too late because Searle wants double 10.
120. Jamie required 41.
Just a reminder that Hughes left 41 after 9. He's missed a single. 27 left. Double 8.
33.
And that categorises his match pretty well.
20.
It's only his second dart at double in the entire match, Jamie Hughes. Just to contrast that was Ryan Searle's 12th, and it was with the luxury of that miss from Hughes.
Now this is where you've got to put your foot on your opponent's throat and stamp down, because you're 5-0 up. You've seen your opponent squander a big chance to get their first leg, and you say to yourself, right, get rid of them. Do not let them get back in the match. In the same vein that Chisnell probably should have taken us to a last leg decider against Williams.
Yeah, but Chizzy didn't have as big a distance to travel in terms of his performance, did he?
Yeah, he was only 5-1 down.
Not just in terms of the leg count, though. He was playing at a closer standard to Scott Williams than Hughes has been to Searle in this game.
Yeah, well said. The margin of, well, victory in the end
99.
was a lot fairer than it could have been.
Yeah. Well, Hughes in a good spot here to avoid leaving the stage legless.
140.
We only saw Johnny Clayton produce a whitewash win yesterday. It was the first one in the first round since he himself was beaten 6-0 in 2019 when he was bageled by Ryan Meikle.
In the same vein as a couple of legs ago, this is not over. Searle approaches
100.
quite well.
Jamie required 100.
Well, he hasn't hit a double yet. Is he going to hit one now? He does. Avoids the whitewash defeat, but Searle has the darts for the win.
When you're 5-0 up on this stage, you're never safe. Trust me, I was 5-0 up on this stage and I should have lost to Terry Jenkins 4 years ago. But Jozza in Sindelfingen a couple of years ago was 5-0 down to Mensah Suljovic. Actually, no, he was 5-0 up, I do beg your pardon. And he lost 6-5 to Mensah. So, is it written in the stars maybe? And I'm somewhat plucking things out of thin air here. Can Jozza even the score?
A 9-darter would have done the trick, wouldn't it?
140.
Excellent assault, but as Paul Nicholson predicted, Jamie Hughes took time to get going in this match, and Ryan Searle, quite frankly, didn't.
It's like an 800-metre race, isn't it, where someone's come out of the traps and recorded, what was it, about 51 seconds for the first 400, but...
Yeah, someone else didn't hear the gun.
Yep. They're about 100 metres behind, but they're gaining, but it's just a question of how many metres are left, not how fast they're going right now.
But it could be wrapped up here, and that was a bit of a slip from Jamie Hughes. No mistake from Ryan Searle in setting up double 12. But fails to find it. One last chance for Jozza.
Chance gone. And Searle will come back for sixes to get his 6th leg and to be into the last 16.
And it's Super Searle who seals a 6-1 success to reach the last 16 in the tournament that he almost won last year. Beaten finalist here at the Players' Championship Finals in 2021, and he's showing signs that he could be in for a big finish to the season in 2022. A big average from Ryan Searle as well, 102.15, a real thrashing of Jamie Hughes to end the afternoon's action here on stage 2. But we will be back this evening from 7 p.m. Do join us for the last 16 of the Players' Championship Finals.